static in the attic of a walk-up. Born where the rats run the board and the lords talk up a storm of iron and asphalt. I was a thumbnail sketching a borough of broad strokes. Poor as a church mouse living in a house of card carrying ghosts. The skyline's a serrated blade cutting the moon into quarters. Growing up fast, mercury rising in the thermometer of the borders. We traded innocence for a heavy-handed sense of the mechanical. Life was a manic-depressive panic, essentially botanical. Rooted in the cracks where the weeds won't apologize. Then the relocation of suburbs where the lawns are groomed like alibis. A change of scenery, but the machinery of the mind stay jagged. My outlet was the frequency, music in the flesh, beautifully ragged. I was a satellite orbiting a bedroom studio in a stranger's skin, trying to find where the boy ends and the ghost of the man begins. Home is a concept, a ghost in the motherboard, a pulse in the pavement, a chord that the brothers scored. New York's a Yorma is the skin, trying to find the exit where the entrance should have been. Home is a concept, a ghost in the motherboard, a pulse in the pavement, a chord that the brothers scored. New York is the marrow, Florida is the skin, trying to find the exit where the entrance should have been. Exodus packed the anxiety in the cardboard box, moved to the peninsula where the humidity locks the clocks in place. Florida swamp of second chances and neon lit failures, hoping for a reset, a clean slate for the salt-crusted sailors. Found a love that felt like a cathedral built of stained glass and marrow, and then a child, a small star in a universe that felt too narrow. We shared a pulse until the rhythm broke like a brittle bone. She took the light, left me in the dark with a house I couldn't call home. Heartbreak isn't a crack, it's a controlled demolition of the self. I watched my empire turn to dust on a high altitude shelf. Slowly lost the keys, the least the piece and the pieces of the puzzle. A slow motion crash in a suit made a muzzle and muzzle fled. Now I'm clawing back the atoms from the void, reassembling the man that the wreckage and the rain destroyed. Brick by heavy brick, I'm building a statue of the person I intend